Welcome back to 15 Fury Alert, a Wayne winter weather special. So, true or false, it must be 32 degrees or colder outside for snow to fall. The answer is false. Snow can fall when the surface temperature is above 32 degrees. If most of the air above the surface is 32 degrees or colder, the snowflakes will likely make it to ground.
During an ice storm, power outages are not only a huge inconvenience, they can also be very dangerous. But with the right planning and safety precautions, you can reduce the impact an ice storm may have on you and your home.
As with any type of weather, preparation is the key to staying safe. That's especially true when it comes to ice storms.
You can be thinking about having extra blankets, extra coats around the house, which most people have. But when you want to go into something more significant, you want to be looking at generators or possibly alternate heating sources such as fireplaces and propane tanks.
When trying to stay warm, one of the biggest hidden dangers is carbon monoxide poisoning. People will seal up a room or their house trying to keep in the heat. But without fresh air, especially if you run an auxiliary generator, carbon monoxide can build up to dangerous levels.
Carbon monoxide is the big danger. People always die in the winter because they don't properly ventilate their systems, and carbon monoxide will kill. There's no odor there. You won't know it. You just simply end up falling asleep and you never wake up.
Be sure when you use any type of heater or generator, you follow the directions carefully. Ensure the area is properly ventilated so that carbon monoxide can get out and fresh air can come in. Never run a generator in a closed garage, and never close a flue on a gas fireplace in order to trap in more heat. If you don't have a safe way to stay warm during a power outage, your best option is to find an alternative place to seek shelter.
One other thing you need to remember during an ice storm is patience. It can take a while to get the mess cleaned up and the power restored. Although the storms looked much different, the aftermath of each looked very similar. The ice storm in December of 2008 and the straight-line wind event on June 29th of this year left numerous trees down and thousands without power. Take a look at the comparison between these two storms. Both storms left thousands without power for a week or more, one due to heavy ice accumulation and the other 90-mile-an-hour winds. In both cases, the city made shelters available to keep people safe from the elements. Once a storm hits, power companies head out to make their plan of attack.
That's one of the first things we do, is we assess the damage.
Clearing trees and addressing hazardous situations is part of the assessment process. The next step is helping essential services.
Our first priority is public safety. We're going to restore service to human service facilities such as hospitals, police stations. From there, we will restore larger pockets of customers down to progressively smaller pockets of customers, and then eventually down to the individual customer.
While the cleanup process may be the same, there are some differences when it comes to winter and summer storms.
In most cases, when it involves an ice storm or a winter storm, you can see that front coming, and it allows us to take some preparations. That, in fact, is what happened in 2008 when we saw an ice storm that hit right here in Fort Wayne. We were able to mobilize some extra workers from outside of our company and get them here before the storm even hit. In the springtime, you'll have a sudden pop-up thunderstorm or a tornado, and you don't have that kind of notice before the storm actually hits.
Even though we can give you more lead time for an ice storm, it's still best to have a plan in place. As we mentioned earlier, be sure to have food in your home that you can consume without electricity and a way to safely stay warm.
Not only can snow and ice impact your life, extremely low temperatures can bring significant health risks. Being exposed to cold air for an extended amount of time can lead to frostbite.
Well, essentially what happens is our blood supply, when we're cold, our blood supply tries to go more towards the central part of our body, our heart, lungs, brain. So what happens is our vessels, that the digits, the toes, and the fingers, the blood vessels tend to constrict. So you do tend to have less blood supply, blood flow to the area. Obviously your fingers are going to feel cold. You can get kind of numbness and tingling as well, those types of things. But anytime you have, cold fingers or nose or ears, those are the kind of things you want to protect.
When these signs are spotted quickly, frostbite can easily be reversed by simply getting inside and warming back up. Running the numb skin under warm water can also help. But you have to be careful.
When you have a frostbite, your sensation is down, because of the injury to the tissues, the fact that your blood isn't flowing there, your nerves aren't working properly. You can actually potentially burn yourself if something's too hot and not even know it until it's too late. So you do want to have things warm, you don't want things hot.
Now, if after a number of hours the color of your skin does not return to normal, or if you're still experiencing numbness, you should seek medical attention.
15 Fury Alert continues with what could influence our weather this winter. Plus, get some tips and tricks for shoveling snow. But first, let's test your weather knowledge. On average, 1 inch of rain equals how many inches of snow? Is it A, 5, B, 10, or C, 15? The answer when we return.